chug some beers and make some bad gambling picks. Welcome to ChuggieBets. Mike McDaniel's press conference the other day after the game, where someone came up to him and the reporter asked, he's like, "Hey, did you realize you've had more yards than any team in NFL history through 5 games?"
Yeah, he goes, "Mission accomplished."
It is weird style. He's like, "Mission accomplished. Our whole goal this entire offseason was statistical output through 5 games." And he goes like that.
Like,
he's a national treasure, right?
He's
like, we've got to preserve him.
He's very
He's the best for entertainment. I mean, this is entertainment, right? We're doing sports for entertainment, and he is the best coach for entertainment out there.
You know, you always think about like how football is stuffy and full of like a bunch of old fucking no fun shitheads. But you don't realize how much it is until you get literally like one dude under 70 in a role that's in front of a camera. It's fantastic. Give me all the 30-year-olds.
Even when Bill Belichick like let a little bit of personality out like 2 weeks ago when he was saying like Travis Kelce has made a lot of big catches in his career, but this one would be the biggest. Talking about Taylor Swift.
Shitty and lame and dumb and stupid. Everyone made better jokes. Get out of here. Give me some 30-somethings. They know humor. They know entertainment.
I know, but my whole point is that became a big deal that he said that, and that is a bad joke, right?
Yeah.
That's a dad joke. It's a dad joke. I love that Bill Belichick put it out there. Put it out there. But like McDaniel doing his shit. Like my favorite thing he's done this year isn't even that. It's when he was you know how the cameras follow you off follow the coach off the field at halftime.
Oh, wire cam.
Yeah, he started sprinting and made the cameraman chase him. It was so funny.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I need more of that. But let's talk Dolphins really quick. The greatest show on surf. We've got. That's not mine. I'm just regurgitating that stuff. I'm gonna mess up his name. Devon Achan? Is it A-Chain or is it?
It was A-Chain, and then I think there was some rumors that he prefers Achan, but it could be A-Chain.
Is he going to average 12 yards a carry all year?
No.
Because that's pretty good. I'm not a Scientologist, but that seems really, really profitable.
So, to be clear, it's really just been 3 games, right? He's had 3 games. He didn't play really much in the first 2. It's been 3 games, and they're 3 fantastic games.
Yeah.
200 plus yards, 160 yards, and 120 yards in those 3 games. And he's only had like 10 carries in each game.
Yeah, no, he's kicked ass. He's awesome. I love it. No, and this Dolphins team, we got 3 Dolphins fans on here. It's been like 25 years of misery, right? Remember how excited in 2008 when we had Pennington scoring 18 points a game and we made the playoffs because Tom Brady tore his knee in the second game of the year and it was dope. Not he tore his knee necessarily, but that the fact we had a chance to win for the first time in 15 years or whatever it was. Yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah, no, I don't root for injuries, but I was super happy about that one because, like, come on, man, like you're so.
And then Matt Castle came in and won like 11 games.
Yeah, just not enough to beat Chad Pennington.
It wasn't enough to beat Chad Pennington for the division.
This is a lot more fun. Sorry.
No,
what's a division championship like?
It's so sweet.
It was so sweet. It felt so good.
I assume you guys have seen this, but have you seen the list of like the fastest times clocked this season on the field?
They're all Dolphins.
The top 6 are all Dolphins. It's incredible. I guess drafting for speed is all you need to do.
A-Chain fell to the 3rd round because he's just not big enough to be an NFL running back. He's exactly the same size as not an NFL running back, Warwick Dunn.
Also,
15 years in the league. Also, not an NFL running back, Darren Sproles, 2 inches shorter, same weight.
If I'm naming like traits I'm looking for in a running back, I'm naming like 6 way more important ones before I get to like height.
Yeah, height doesn't matter with shit.
Weight matters a little. Weight matters a little.
How fast is he?
Did you say weight or white? Danny?
Weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he said white matters very little.
That's what I thought he was saying.
All right. Well, welcome to ChuggieBets, boys. I got Andy above me. I got Al to the side. Danny to the side also.
Thank you for the leftover tailgate beers.
Oh, no. That's good.
Hey, I know we need to get into picks, but I want to hit fast track. Bill Belichick, hot seat or no?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody else, then obviously, but
have we realized that he's not good without Tom Brady? Can we come to that realization? Like, he is just a coach. He's just another damn coach. I think Bill Belichick will retire this year. I don't think there's anything for him to prove except he's just tarnishing his legacy, having Mac Jones, the ball puncher, around representing the company.
I think he's going to see where they fall in the draft order and what their prospects are in getting a top flight quarterback. And if it doesn't happen, he'll retire like in the offseason.
I think he believes he could do it with like Caleb Williams or Penix. I think he would probably prefer Penix based on the way he immediately brought in Cam Newton when Tom Brady left. A more athletic quarterback. But I absolutely think that he thinks he could do it with a better quarterback, and he's just stuck with this Mac Jones loaf of bread.
I think he might prefer like a Drake May or a Bo Nix, possibly.
I see.
Actually, Bo Nix would fit because he can get him later in the draft, and it could feel like he because I don't think Bo Nix is a top 5 or first. I don't think he's a first round prospect.
I don't know where he sits. Probably not.
So I think he could probably get him later in the draft, and then there would be this like narrative that because Bo Nix is actually pretty good and he's very talented, and he would be able to keep having this narrative where he makes these quarterbacks that are later picks awesome. So that would actually fit really well with the Bill Belichick narrative.
So there's one more thing I want to talk about before we get into picks, and that is how much the Steelers hate Matt Canada, their offensive coordinator. I don't know if you guys saw this, but somebody did a little like Twitter digging, and they found he has a burner account, and he's going through replying to like randoms that are like trashing Matt Canada, and he's saying, if this guy would have ran the right route, you can't really blame the offensive coordinator. And you're like, oh, is this really his burner account? And someone like tried to log into it, and it's literally like MA 4 stars. So for like Matthew at like ST, like enough space for Steelers.com. It's like perfect. It's like it's 100% his burner. It's very funny to me.
Yeah, it was very obvious.
Did you guys see that?
Like, yeah, you'd think he might, just in case, just be like, I don't know. But he was like naming himself. He was like, no, Matt Canada is awesome. Like, it's so much worse. So much worse.
Oh. And I swear the players fucking hate this guy. Well, for one, the offense is terrible. It's very bad. They can't do anything. I'm kind of down on Kenny Pickett, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe Kenny Pickett rocks, and it's all Matt Canada's fault. Like they beat the Ravens on what was essentially an audible that Kenny Pickett called on the fly. He saw the coverage matchup. Canada called some bullshit play, and Kenny Pickett was like, no, with this matchup, he signaled to George Pickens to run a go route, and he launches it up there, and Pickens does his thing, catches it, and scores, and they win the game. Everyone's going crazy, celebrating, even in the coach's box where Canada's up in the booth calling plays, and Matt Canada's just sitting there arms crossed, looking like somebody just ran over his dog. And then his, another guy on the staff bumps him on the arm. He's like, hey, there's cameras here, recording you. You need to act happy. And then he smiles. And then he goes down into the tunnel and to celebrate with the team, he hugs a coach, and the kicker, I forget who the Steelers kicker is, but he was like, yeah, no thanks to you. You called everyone hates this dude. The kicker's ragging on the OC. I don't know how Mike Tomlin has his team above 500. It's crazy to me.
So
because he's good.
Mike Tomlin is not bad at picking coaches. Why is Matt Canada's been there since 2000? Why is he still there? He clearly knows this guy sucks.
No, he can't be there since 2000. He was the offensive coordinator in college for a long time.
No, he was the Steelers quarterbacks coach in 2000 and the Steelers offensive coordinator from 2001 until today. He's always been Pickett's coordinator.
Right.
I'm looking at Wikipedia right now. What do you want from me?
But he was the offensive coordinator at LSU, at Pittsburgh, at NC State. He's been around a lot of college.
He's been all of those places, but I said 2020, didn't I? Did I say the wrong?
Oh, no, I thought you said since 2000. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you said since 2001.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I said 20 and 21?
Okay, maybe it did.
It doesn't.
I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing.
No. Yeah.
I only said Kenny Pickett. I didn't say he was Ben Roethlisberger's guy. Anyway.
Okay.
It's been 4 years. Yes, he bounced around college for a long time, but it's been 4 years that he's there now, basically. So 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, right? This is his 4th year there.
Yeah.
So you're saying we should blame Canada? Is that what everyone's saying here? Because that's what
I'm saying. I'm saying Tomlin is one of the best NFL coaches of all time, but if he's kept Canada there this long, it's starting to be his fault.
So I do want to bring up 2 more topics really quick. Danny said something really important, and I'm trying to play with this in my head. Mac Jones is a loaf of bread. What type of bread is he? Is he whole? He's whole wheat, like really generic whole wheat in a bag, right?
No, he's Wonder Bread. He's pure
Wonder
Wonder
Bread's
Bread.
fine. I like Wonder Bread more than I like Nature's Made whole wheat or whatever that is. Nature's
Own whole wheat is so good. Dude, Nature's Own honey wheat bread is so good. You are wrong.
Man.
I
was going to say he's like the Aldi knockoff of Wonder Bread. Like he's Wonder Bread, but Wonder Bread has too good a name.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Al's lagging a little bit, and his video finishing with the too good a name right after. You heard it was great.
Thank you.
Real quick, while we're back on that topic, I just want to be really clear because I don't think everybody got this. I was saying that Bill Belichick is racist, so just wanted to make that clear in case anybody.
So he wants white bread, probably.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Whiter are you talking about? White are you talking about?
I do want to talk about Nathaniel Hackett really quick and the glow up that he had this weekend, right? So I don't know if anyone's familiar. Sean Payton said that Nathaniel
Never heard of him.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that in a second. Sean Payton said Nathaniel Hackett did the worst coaching job of all time at the Broncos, right? Nathaniel Hackett gets bounced, and people are threatening his life, saying he should kill himself, which you should not do.
No.
Very much not do. Deion Sanders, Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime. Let's get the algorithm back up. But I heard someone say that.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This is sort of unrelated, but
Travis
also
Kelce.
completely related. I have to say this. I was driving home from the Miami game and listening to 560. And immediately, when the game ended, the first commercial afterward was a suicide hotline commercial.
I heard about this. I heard about it.
It was just the funniest shit has ever happened in my life. It was, oh my god, we were.
Someone out there loves you, unless you're Nathaniel Hackett.
No, it was just the perfect timing. It was so bad because of the Miami game loss, University of Miami game, that they had this commercial play immediately after.
Yeah,
that's the greatest marketing of all time.
Yeah, that's actually so funny. It would get me out of a funk.
Yeah,
as soon as Joe Zagacki stops, we play this immediately. As soon as it ends, we were playing this.
Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe they just play it at the end of that guy's show every time because it's not good. I don't know.
Come on, Zagacki's good.
Okay, I literally, it's making a joke. What is even fun here?
But can we talk about Nathaniel Hackett's glow up? I mean, everyone defended him. They came to Twitter. They got the Twitter fingers angry because of Sean Payton and his stupid comments. And that team stinks. Mr. Unlimited tried everything he could in Mr. Unlimited's defense. He did look like he had more. He was not limited. But that team stinks. And I'm happy for Nathaniel Hackett because some people are really, really mean to him unnecessarily, like a lot mean to him. You should go on YouTube and see what we're doing here.
It's crazy.
You guys want to get into picks?
Let's do it.
All right,
Pick.
let's
Run through them fast.
All right, we got Denver going into Kansas City. Guys, don't overthink it. This bet is lost like 5 straight times, but it's only a matter of time till it hits. Under 49. Under 49. Let's do it.
I hate this pick, but I just feel like it can't lose again. And this one feels the worst of all of them.
It actually gels well with my pick because I'm taking the Broncos plus 10.5 against the Chiefs. But I mean, the logic here is the Broncos are playing a little bit better. The Chiefs have not been very great to start offensively. They've had their ups and downs, and Kelsey rolled his ankle. It's a Thursday game. Will he be ready? Will he not? So that's where I'm at.
Is Taylor going to be there is the question.
Yeah. Where's Tay-Tay? And is Travis okay?
Let me ask you guys a question. I want all of you to answer this. This is completely unrelated. How much Taylor Swift have you listened to since this started?
None, but
Zero. Are you all going to lie?
She's not a presence in my rotation routinely, but like
you haven't even said one time, Alexa, play Taylor Swift songs. God, my thing's gonna start it.
Well, so not because of this. I may have because my kid wanted to hear it. I feel like Shake It Off.
I can't do more puns this week. I've exhausted my Taylor Swift puns. So
I was only asking so I could tell you how much I have basically every day on the way to school since then. I'm trying to get my girls into Taylor Swift because I liked Taylor Swift as a country artist, and we're listening to the early Taylor Swift stuff all the time. They're called Taylor Swift Taylor's versions, and they're the best.
Yeah.
Yep. Before Scooter Braun. Oh, so she yes,
we don't have to go into all that.
Yeah, that's like super inside music baseball. But guys, so we got Baltimore going to Tennessee, right? And this game is going to be played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And what do we think about Tottenham?
Shit.
What do we think about shit?
Tottenham.
Thank you. That's all right. We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham. It's a classic Arsenal chant, and it's one of my favorite because there's crowds of people who will do this simultaneously.
I actually feel bad for participating in that because my buddy Matt, who listens to this, is a Spurs fan.
Oh, sorry. What do we think about
number one in the table right now?
Yeah, they are. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you can't ever stop talking shit. Yes, you're very good. Them and Arsenal are tied, which is a crazy world.
Yeah, City lost to the Wolves. That was
no? They lost to Arsenal.
And
they lost to the Wolves before that too.
Yeah,
though.
They lost to the Wolves the week
before. They lost 2 in a row.
Yeah. That goal off Ake's face, or maybe it was a Kanji. I can't remember. But
who was smart enough to pick up Neto in Premier League fantasy early? This guy. Not the keeper that everybody knows. I'm saying the midfielder for the Wolves.
Hey, you guys remember before we started recording when we said that we couldn't think of anything that we cared about less than fantasy football anymore? It's that. it's Premier League fantasy.
Yeah, fair enough.
You found it.
I'm 5-0-1, so you can eat it all.
I haven't logged in 6 weeks.
I think you're in second place, but that's really irrelevant. 2, Baltimore playing Tennessee at Tottenham Stadium. Danny, what are we doing here, bud?
Shit.
I love it.
I'm laying the 3 with the Ravens. I just think that they're better than Tennessee.
All right. You're saying Tennessee is shit?
Yes, I'm saying Tennessee is Tottenham.
All right, let's go to Hotlanta. Commanders are coming into town after a bad loss to Chicago. What are we doing here, Andy?
So I'm going to do something a little crazy, and I'm going to do this like 4 or 5 times this week. So I'll just explain it real quick now, and then I'll refer back to it later. I think Al's done this a couple of times this year. I did a bunch last year. I'm going to lay the points with the favorite, a short favorite, and in this case, it's Atlanta -1. And then I'm going to tease the other side. In this instance, I was able to find one book that had Atlanta -1 and another book that had Washington +2.5, which gives me an even bigger chance to middle this. So again, I'm laying the one with Atlanta, and then I'm teasing Washington up to 8.5. You cannot lose both, but hopefully you land in that middle. It's a wonderful sweat. If you do this for the sweats, it is a lot of fun because you need sometimes like just really specific things to happen. It's a lot of fun to sweat. So.
Scandinavian nations love saunas for sweats, and Andy loves middling 2 very odd bets for sweats.
Yep.
So, I am in for Washington. I'm going to tease Washington.
I'm just picturing Andy sitting in his living room, like beating himself with like an oak branch or whatever it is, like ash leaves. Like,
yeah. And I'm wearing a white robe, but it's completely open.
your nuts are hanging out.
Opened your kimono?
Yes.
I am going to continue betting all of these teasers in real life, but not giving them out on the podcast because you guys are fucking cheaters.
Okay, fair enough. Look, I like the Falcons. The Falcons have a tendency to win one-score games and take defeat out of the hands of victory. I'm sorry, and they do both.
They
always keep games very close. I'm drunk, so I like teasing Washington plus 8.5. So I'll drink.
Matt, I would like to give you my college football chuggy bet right now.
Oh my God, I've been so bad at hosting tonight. We didn't even recap
Andy,
last week.
Danny, I don't know who has chugs. Oh, everyone chug a beer.
Okay, I'll chug one.
We'll play the Jeopardy theme song.
I will chug in a second, but in the short term, let me talk about how we did last week. Because
somebody needs to talk about Al's week.
Al's season.
Al has been remarkably good at NFL betting this year. 42-22 is a crazy number, but he also hit it with a 9-3 last week. Unfortunately, he didn't win his ChuggieBets, so he doesn't get to give out a drink. That's but Sunshine and I do get to give out a Chuggy bet, and I was 1 unit over. Sunshine was 2 units over. Danny had a tough week, but the boys were 16-10 collaboratively.
No, he didn't.
And guys, 95, 62, and 2 is remarkably good for the NFL. If you guys aren't doing this, do you guys just hate money? You're just like, yeah, money, that sucks. I just rather not have money and not enjoy life. So follow us, bitches. Let's
really start giving out the with and without Danny.
I'm
even on NFL. Well, I'm +1 on NFL because you guys are very kind. You gave me a pick that you knew I was going to take when I wasn't here. So I'm +1 on NFL, but on the college one, man, if you take me out, we're doing really good.
If you're listening to my record and you hear that I'm 42-22 on the NFL season, and you're wondering, that doesn't sound right. It sounds like maybe if this guy placed bets with me, he'd be, maybe like more around 500. That's because I give out picks here on Mondays, and then 6 days go by, and then I change my mind and I make a bunch of terrible decisions, and I bet actually poorly instead of just following my heart. I told Andy before we started recording, I was like, I look for all the sharps and the smart people and like follow them, and then but I'm the smart person. I should be following me. I should be following my own pick.
You're the sharpest there.
Well, your bookie doesn't let you place your bets until the later in the week, right?
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I can always put them online, and I am dumb for not.
Yeah, I bet these on Monday morning while I'm putting them into the spreadsheet. These are locked in. I will not place another bet until Monday morning and next week.
Andy is very disciplined gambler. I used to be that disciplined, and now my discipline is like I don't bet my picks at all.
No, it's been bad. I've been waiting till Thursday where I get really bad lines. I'm like, it's still fine. And then I lose all the value on every pick. I'm like, oh, well, fuck me, eh? Let's go to Chicago. Vikings. Chicago. Al, what we doing?
Yeah, so the Bears just put up 40 points on a Thursday night by themselves.
They literally took away our under.
And won by 20. And this line is way out of whack. The Vikings should be more than a touchdown favorite. I'm laying 2.5 with the Vikings.
I am also laying the 2.5 with the Vikings. I'm a little nervous about this one because the Bears did just get rid of a locker room cancer that I don't know if you know this about Chase Claypool, but the Steelers were fucking terrible last year through about October or something, and then they traded Chase Claypool, and then they turned into a fucking wagon somehow. So apparently this is starting to happen again because he didn't play the last 2 weeks, and suddenly the Bears can score points. I'm a little worried that this is actually a thing. I don't actually believe what I'm saying. I don't actually.
God, how good are the Dolphins going to be when they cut him?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. We cut him right before the playoffs start, and then we win the Super Bowl.
Or does it not work if you cut him? You have to get another team to buy into him, and then you get the benefit. So you got to be able to pawn him off.
We got to be able to trade him, and there's nothing less you could trade for than trading a seventh for six swap.
Swap of seventh. Yeah.
We're gonna have to trade him his negative value in a pick and attach something better with him.
1 month rent for free.
A bucket of balls. Don't they do that in baseball sometimes?
Yes, a bucket of balls.
Cash considerations.
Yeah, but I'm laying the 2.5 anyway, even though I'm really worried about it because of that whole Chase Claypool situation. But like Kirk Cousins has been playing really great this whole season,
So these guys are laying 2.5 with Minnesota. There are other books out there where you can pay a little bit more juice and get a 3 with Chicago. So I'm going to do that. First off, Kirk Cousins won all the one-score games last year, and regression is coming. He's going to lose them all this year. I don't care if they win or lose. It's going to be super close, and Chicago can keep it close enough to cover the 3.
One-score games go all the way up to 6.5 points, 80. So
They do.
Technically 8. If you wanted
yeah, technically.
No.
All right, let's go to Cincinnati at the home of shitty chili. We got Seattle coming into town. Andy, what are we doing here?
I'm doing the same thing here I did with Atlanta. I'm laying the points with the short favorite, Cincinnati minus 2.5, and then I'm teasing Seattle up to plus 2.5. I think that the Bengals are figuring it out. They did the same thing last year. They got off to a terrible start, and then they got better and better. Burrows just needs a little bit of time to rest that calf and get in timing with his receivers because he wasn't able to do that in the preseason. The Bengals are going to start coming on, and this number is way too short.
Coming on.
You got it.
Al, what are we doing here, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm taking Seattle plus 2.5. Fighting Andy on this one. I think it's going to be so on the one hand, it's possible that the Bengals have figured things out. It's also possible that they just had a good game against a bad team. The Seahawks are legitimately really good, and I'm not sure if the Bengals were prepared for that. I think the Seahawks also were on bye last week. So they've got an extra week to prepare for the Burrows. So yeah, I like Seattle on the road.
I think the only pick I like in this game is Geno Smith to get over 1.5 passing touchdowns, but those lines don't come out till later, and I don't know the odds or whether they're going to like juice it up to 3 or some bullshit. So I can't even make a pick right now.
Considering the spread, I think 1.5 is probably right on the number. And if you want that, I would guess if you are a prize picks person or a props person, that's probably right on the number.
Yeah. But I can't officially give it out. I can't officially give it out as a play because it's not available anywhere right now.
I stink at props betting. Every time I think I've got a lock, I suck. So
when the Lions game was kicking off, I was like, oh shit, I should have bet David Montgomery anytime touchdown. I should have bet Josh Reynolds anytime touchdown. I should have bet Sam Laporta anytime touchdown. They all scored.
I love.
You know what you should be betting right now is Son anytime goal. Dude's been crushing it.
Sam Laporta brings me so much joy just to see his big dumb white face just running down the seam. I love him. He's my new favorite football player.
How happy do you think he is to be out of Iowa in a place that actually scores touchdowns?
It's gotta feel great.
He has to be so happy.
It's got to feel so good. Let's go to Cleveland.
Iowa scores touchdowns. They're just by cornerbacks.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean is awesome.
Cooper DeJean, man. We need him. By the way, the Dolphins need him. We need to find a place in the draft, trade for picks or whatever, so we can get this guy.
Cooper DeJean is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go San Francisco going into Cleveland. San Francisco looked like a wagon. I don't like to say NFL teams look like wagons. They look like a wagon against Dallas this week. They're going to Cleveland. The number is weird. Andy, what are you doing?
It is, and that scares me a little. I don't really believe in trap lines, as a thing like the books are trying to trick you into doing something. But this does seem a little suspicious why this number is not a little bit bigger. Still not sure if
it's not the books that are trying to trick you into doing it. It's the sharps.
Yeah.
They literally have people go out and place bets to move the line so they can place a different bet.
Right. No, I get that. But let's take advantage
That's
of
what
that.
a trap line is. It's not the book it's not the book out there like, hey, we're gonna.
We got carnival bets.
No, it's okay. Fair enough. But this line is too short. San Francisco minus 4.5. We're not sure if Watson's going to play. Could still be DTR, who was not ready and looked terrible. San Fran minus 4.5.
It's got to be right. There's no way this line is 4.5 if DTR's playing. Like for sure, the expectation is Watson's playing. I haven't looked at anything, but
he
if
didn't
the
practice
expectation is that DTR is going to start, then you would hammer Niners on this. But
yeah,
I mean, Deshaun still didn't practice today, so
yeah.
What? How do you think this would move without? Like, why would this be less than a touchdown in any scenario?
Because Cleveland's got a really good defense, and the Niners are maybe over hyped here after.
Is it the going east thing?
Cowboys?
Is it the going east thing?
I think so. I think it has to be a 10 a.m. thing.
I also you don't think you can see the Browns hanging with this? I mean, I could see it going either way, but
I don't.
I am only not betting this because I am continuing my Cleveland Browns boycott. Even if he doesn't play or he might play, I'm not. Otherwise, I'd fucking lay this shit. I shouldn't even have given that out here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's get.
Well, Danny isn't betting against him. That's not okay.
No.
Okay.
He shouldn't be allowed in the league.
You don't want to care about any game that he's participating in, basically.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm boycotting it.
That's fair.
All right.
It shows up on Red Zone, and I go.
Well, Danny, I think that's a misuse of funds. You could be making money off of this.
I see what you did there, but I make enough money doing other things.
Are we done with puns? Let's go to Miami. We got Carolina coming in 13.5 or 14-point spread. Al, what are you doing?
Andy and I be fighting. That's the theme of this episode, it seems.
Yeah.
I am going to lay it with the Dolphins, and let me tell you why. The Dolphins have the best offense in the league. The Lions just hung 42 on this Panthers team. The Dolphins are especially good at running the ball in addition to passing the ball. The Panthers have an absolute dog shit rush defense, and the Lions just beat them up. So you put all that together, and it essentially equals Dolphins are going to score a shit ton of points. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to score 30 points to keep this number close. So I hate laying this many points in the NFL, especially, but I don't see how it doesn't hit.
I'm taking the 14 with Carolina. Like Matt said on the last pod, if you listen to that one, with his Knowles bet, he would be thrilled if they win by 40 and he loses the bet. If the Dolphins win by 40 and I lose this bet, I'm fine with that. But the Dolphins have not looked perfect. Tua had some really bad interceptions.
So bad.
Like really bad. Our defense stepped up a little bit, but it was against the Giants O-line and Daniel Jones and then Tyrod Taylor. Like, you can't trust that. Our defense has looked very suspect a number of times throughout the season. I just don't think it's impossible that Carolina hangs with us. Now, if we put everything together, by we, I mean they. If the Dolphins put everything together, yes, the Dolphins will cover this number easily. But they really haven't done that other than the Broncos game.
I love laying the 13.5 with the Dolphins, but I will not do it because I have other things to do at 3:00 during this time.
Oh,
your son's birthday party!
Oh yeah, it is my son's birthday party. Holy shit, I forgot about that. We'll talk about that in a second.
You don't miss the witching hour.
I'm gonna have my phone like this.
So yeah, if this game were in Carolina, I would not be laying the points.
No,
in Miami, right? But it's in Miami at home. I also really like basically hammer all the Dolphins rushing props overs. I mean, Achane supposedly banged up a little bit, so see where he's at before you make a call there. But
Achane's not our starting running back, right?
Touchdowns. Yeah, I know. You guys have like 3 dudes. That's why I'm saying all of them.
Jeff Wilson's coming back this week, right?
I don't know, but if there's an option to bet the over.
Okay. I like that. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Any running back option you get, take the over on carries, on yards.
Not carries.
Anytime touchdown.
Not carries.
Yeah, maybe not carries.
Yards and touchdowns. Skip
though.
carries because they don't need very many of them to get their yards and touchdowns.
It's weird to watch. It's
but
like
don't skip carries though, because they're gonna get a lot more carries than they normally do, and those numbers are probably already low to begin with.
Alfro's out that.
All right, let's go to Jacksonville, to Duval. We got the Colts coming into town with Anthony Richardson hurt for the 4th time this year. And going to Jacksonville, everyone's against me. I'm going to let you guys have the floor first. Andy, start us off.
Well, first off, wasn't the whole Anthony Richardson thing that he's like big and strong and like can take a beating? He gets hurt every single game. It's unbelievable.
To be fair, he went to the University of Florida, and those guys are kind of like soft. So
also fair.
He's played like one quarter, and one half.
But they've been electric. They've been excellent.
They've been electric for almost one game this season.
He's been amazing.
He's been a lot better than I thought he would be. I'm laying the 4 with the Jags.
Absolutely, he's been better than I thought he would be. But yeah. I'm laying the 4 also. I honestly,
better team.
This is the 2nd and 3rd best quarterbacks in this division going against each other.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And but I'm going to take the 2nd best quarterback over the 3rd best quarterback.
So I am also laying it with the Jags. I got it 3.5. The thing with this though is this feels like it almost feels like too clear of a spot to take the Colts. Jags coming back from London, just beat the Bills on a high. The Anthony Richardson's out. Gardner Minshew revenge game going back to Jacksonville. Lots of the storyline lines up way too perfectly for me to take the Colts. But it makes a lot of sense. For the sake of mentioning it, since I looked it up, the Jags are 3-6 when they come back from London. Granted,
is that against the spread or
have been just straight up. So, they've been bad for most of that. That dates back to 2015.
That's a lot of pre-Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, exactly. So whether or not you want to put any into that is one thing.
There could be a few Urban Meyers in there too.
Yeah,
God, Urban Meyer was so bad.
I just, like Andy said though, Jags are the better team. They should win this one. And it's at home.
I agree with you. Jags are the better team, but they're playing away from home, which is London, back to their second home, and it just feels like a long time.
Playing away from home in Jacksonville.
Yeah, exactly. They are. They should be playing at Tottenham. And what do we think about Tottenham? They're shit.
Shit.
I just this seems like a really good betting spot to take Indianapolis. I don't think they're the better team by any means. I just like the +4 spot here, especially because it's +4, right? Because if it's 28-24, 21-17, I'm going to get my money back. But I feel like it's safer to bet that number than it is to say that Jacksonville will win by 5-7, because outside of that Buffalo game, they haven't been great this year. Now, are they correcting it? Maybe, but I'm willing to pay to see.
Yeah.
Let's go New Orleans to Houston. New Orleans kicking the shit out of New England. Ever since that lighthouse was built at Gillette, that team has sucked at home. No wins at home for New England since the lighthouse was built. It's got like Robert Pattinson jerking off inside. That is a very inside joke if you haven't seen the movie. And to the Houston Texans, who have been awesome this year.
No Defoe reference?
Nah, there you go. We're all together. I've been drinking. I told you. I have no idea where this is going to go.
And
Andy, what are we doing here?
This is another one of those sweet middles we're going to go for. I'm going to lay the short number with the favorite. It's New Orleans -1 in some places. And then I found a different book where Houston was +1.5. So you tease that up to +7.5. I think Houston can keep it close, but I think New Orleans is a better team. And I think they win. So I'm betting on eyeliner and the tease.
Laying the short number with your favorite is what Andy calls having sex with his wife.
He does.
Absolutely. I love it.
This is a game that has the best quarterback in the Jacksonville.
Yeah, CJ Stroud has been great, and he's making all the other guys who are just kind of normal look great. It's awesome. I love watching CJ Stroud this year. And you're going to give me 7.5 if I tease it up at home against New Orleans. I'm going to take that shit all day. I'm going to tease Houston to 7.5 and pair it with Washington +8.5.
Matto, a gentleman only doing one teaser. I'm going to tease this in real life with fucking everything that looks like a Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking. Seattle, Houston teaser is like a lock of the century. Bet your mortgage on it.
All right. You heard it here. You heard it here. Let's go to 425. We got Detroit, who's been sneaky good. Not sneaky. They're just good. Coming down to Tampa Bay to face the Mayfields, the Bakers. Al and Danny are on different sides. Al, start us off.
Yeah, I am fully embracing the top 3 team in the NFL, Detroit Lions. I think there's only 3 teams that are top 10 in both offensive, rushing, defensive, rush offense, rush offense, pass offense, rush defense, pass defense, in PFF grades, no, DVOA. And that's like the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Bills, the 49ers, and the Lions.
Well put.
Anyway.
Al, do you have any memes you could describe to us?
Yes. Lions number is good. Bucks number is no good.
There you go.
Lions.
Danny,
my reasoning is simple. The Bucks are pretty good, and I like rooting for Baker Mayfield. So the Bucks are 3-1. Their only loss is to a fucking awesome Eagles team. They handled a really good Vikings team that just can't win a game. They crushed the Bears, but the Bears had Chase Claypool on that team, so we shouldn't even count that. And then they beat the Saints, but then they could only muster 11 against a really good Eagles defense, but that defense is so good they only gave up 25 to a really good Jalen Hurts led offense. So I kind of believe in this Bucks defense right now a little more than I believe in the Lions just fucking biting ankles or whatever
knees.
They'll bite ankles,
ass
they'll
cheeks.
bite knees, they'll bite,
but only single ass cheeks.
Yeah, just one ass cheek.
Yeah.
So I just believe in Tampa Bay more than I believe in Detroit right now. Despite the fact that I think Detroit is the better long-term team, this is a home game for Tampa Bay, and I feel like they're not giving the Bucks the credit they deserve. It should have been.
I really want to go to this game. I really want to go to it, but it's 4:30. It's 4:30 on a Sunday.
I got nothing going on. I got nothing going on at that time.
Bucks are in the creamsicles. Also,
you should go over there. It's got to be a 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive.
Like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's like almost the same to get to Tampa as it is to here from Jacksonville.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Just come watch it with us, Al.
Yeah, come on down. That's only like a 5.5 hour.
It's Liam's birthday party, bud.
Yeah,
just
come on
down.
You're more than welcome. Everyone's here.
Hey, Al, I'm golfing at 7:30 a.m. by myself. I can totally get you in on that.
That's a nice little day.
There's a day.
That's a nice little day.
Well, you know what else is a nice day? When the Josh Dobbs are going to the Los Angeles Rams. We got a ball game. Al,
did you
tell
say
me why I'm right?
Ball game or bald game?
Bald game. Yeah, both.
Yes.
The bald game. Al, what are you doing here?
Yeah, you and I were laying 6 with the Rams, the much better team. I think the Rams feel bad about losing to the Eagles, and they're going to take it out on the Cardinals.
I do too. I like this line more with Cooper Kupp. I'm happy Cooper Kupp's back. He's incredibly fun to watch. And that first drive against the Eagles the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot why I love you so much. You're super fun, super functional off the line, and I think they're gonna roll the Cardinals here. Let's go Eagles going to Gotham to face the Jets. It looks like I'm the only one who has an actual play here. I was kind of leaning Philadelphia, laying the points to 6.5, but I decided to take the under 42 here instead. I love the defensive matchup here. If there is going to be a team that is going to slow down the Eagles, it's going to be the team that slowed down the Bills, and that's the Jets. But I also think the Jets are going to face a very tough defense as well. Under 42 is the play I got. And let's go Monday night. Anyone else have anything to say about any of these games?
Like the Eagles. Fuck the Jets. I like the Bills. Fuck the Giants. But also fuck the Bills.
Just a big number, right? It was like 14, I think.
14 is a huge number.
I wanted to take it with the Giants, but like Daniel Jones just hasn't been what I was hoping he would be this year. So.
Oh, Ty God's back. Ty God.
Yeah.
Ty God Taylor.
Yeah, that'll help.
Wow. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback if it's behind that line.
Yeah.
They're in trouble.
At least he can move. We got Dallas going to the Chargers Monday night. Andy,
are you suggesting that Daniel Jones can't move?
Yeah, I guess he can move, but he didn't look like he could move the other day.
It's like his best attribute.
That's true. This is going to be the last leg of my teaser. I'm not doing the middle thing here. I'm not laying the 2.5 with Dallas. Just a little bit scared of what we saw from them the last time they were out. So I'm just going to be teasing LA from +2.5 up to +8.5.
Dallas is a confusing team this year.
They're a puzzle, dude. I don't know what to do with anything they do. They lose to Arizona.
I'm avoiding all their games for the next couple weeks until I can fucking get a read.
The ultimate high variance team. You have no idea what they're going to do. I'm going to stay the hell away.
It's within the game too.
When they lost to the Cardinals, immediately it was like, I don't know what we're doing with this team.
Yep.
Yeah. It's too much. All right, let's take some chuggy bets, boys. Al, what are you doing?
Laying 3 with the Lions.
Oh, a homer pick. I love it.
Yeah.
Andy, what are you doing, buddy?
Taking the 3 with Chicago.
Wow. Justin Fields guy is here.
Fuck Kirk Cousins. That's
fair.
Dano, what are you doing?
I mean, I feel like I should just do the Thursday night under.
Let's go.
Come on, just give it to me, man. It's gonna hit.
I'm gonna take under 42 in the Eagles and Jets. It feels like a low-scoring game. A lot of good defense. All right.
NFC North and unders.
NFC North and unders. That sounds fun. Everyone loves watching unders. Friends' favorite football.
Dude, the NFL's fun no matter whether you're doing overs or unders. The NFL's always good.
It is. It doesn't.
Whatever script they put out there for us, I'm gonna watch.
I wasn't ready for the Taylor
even if
Swift
it's Tom Brady losing to Peyton's little brother.
It's a good chapter. It's a good chapter of the book.
It was a good chapter.
The Taylor Swift chapter is weird, but we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll figure it out.
We'll shake it off.
Hey, look at you. You did that so naturally. I was forcing it a couple of weeks ago, and that was beautiful. All right. For Andy, for
We
Al.
didn't leave any blank spaces there. Forced it.
Hey. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell the people you hate. I don't care. But we make this content for you. Leave a good comment, and we'll probably talk about it. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But good night, Joey. Oh, good night, Cactus. Let me switch it up. Good night, Cactus.
Good night, Cactus. Good night, Cactus.
Night, Matt.
Night, Tyler.